man, the roster things were really the thing that kept pissing me off from the get. You know, you had the Christian Wilkins thing. Who knows what even really happened with Christian Wilkins? He didn't even play this year. They said that the Raiders wanted him to get another surgery. He didn't get the surgery, and then they said he was doing weird shit in the locker room. And who knows what that was even really all about. And then we had Amari Cooper come in. Amari Cooper came to be a Raider again, and then he was only on the roster for on the team for 8 days or something, and then he's like, you know what, actually, I'm going to retire. Pete Carroll traded a 3rd round pick for Geno Smith, and I got to say that the fact that they allowed him to do that I thought it was stupid, and maybe they thought, okay, if Pete Carroll goes and gets his guy, then maybe it's going to work out in some kind of way, right? With the Seahawks, they did pretty decent, 8, 9, 10, they did all right, but there was Geno Smith, dude, just did horrible this year. And then Brock Bowers gets injured on the first week, and they just continue to play him through an injury. You could really put him at jeopardy for being out for all season, or even, further than that, man. What was another thing? Jackson Powers Johnson. The fact that Pete Carroll, with the nepotism, and he brought in his sons, he put Brendan Carroll as the offensive line coach, which has been horrible. First thing that they did was they said Jackson Powers Johnson isn't going to be your center, even though last year he started off at right guard, and then when he moved to center, all of a sudden our offensive line got a whole lot better. We had the evidence already, and then they said, you know what, we don't think JPJ is a good center. We're going to move him to right guard, and we're going to put Jordan Meredith, who has never played center in his life, to play center. That went horrible. Then, Colton Miller goes down with injury, and Pete Carroll goes out and gets Stone Forsythe. And then Jack Besh was drafted in the 2nd round. Pete Carroll says, you know what? Nah, he's not going to get the start. We're going to put Dante Thornton Jr., who was drafted in the 4th round. He's fast. He's tall. He doesn't know how to go for 50-50 balls, and he's played pretty poorly, honestly. And, once they finally started playing Jack Besh and targeting him a little bit, when they do target him, he plays well. So they whiffed on that one as well. Then you got Darian Porter Jr. He was a corner that was drafted in the 3rd round. And Pete Carroll says, no, we're going to play Caillou Blue Kelly. Caillou Blue Kelly was ranked as the worst corner in the NFL. And Pete Carroll kept giving him the start. What